So remember I had showed you how to sew a flat circle onto a cylinder.
Yes.
And
That was brilliant.
It was, thank you for saying that.
No, it really was.
So now you can sew, these are half circles that you sew onto a small piece. And generally speaking, what you do is you cut the half circles out.
Right?
And then you cut the other piece and you sew them together. And I find it difficult, and I have to pin them all on here.
Right.
And I find it a total nuisance to have to try and sew them together. So I thought we could do the same thing with the half circle and the other piece. So this is like one piece would be this, and one piece would be the half circle.
Okay.
And then you end up with two pieces that go together that look kind of like this. Can you
Okay.
see that? Okay.
That looks good.
So I'm using the Posy patch by Sariditty just because I like it.
Okay.
Not for any other particular reason, but just because I like it.
So this would work with anything
It
like
would work
this,
with
like the
anything
drunkard's
like this.
path or the
Correct.
apple core? Would it work with the apple core?
I believe it would.
That would be good.
So what you want to do is you want to have your, I'm going to redo these because I don't remember what I did here, so we're going to just draw them on. So what you want to do is you want to draw your circle. We're going to draw our circle on instead of,
Now that's the circle we would normally be cutting out.
we would normally be
right?
cutting this, correct.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because that thing had two portions to the template, so we're not
Correct.
tracing
So
the
we would-
inside, we're tracing the outside.
We're tracing the outside, and this is where we would normally cut it, and then it has registration lines where you line things up, and we're putting this on the right side of the fabric because this is going to go on the bed of the machine.
Okay.
And I thought I brought myself, oh, I did. You know, I don't know if you have this problem, but I lose things a lot.
I can't tell you.
So
how
I'm
many
going to draw
things.
these registration lines out from the corner to the edge so I can kind of see them when I'm lining things up.
And you're using a water soluble
using
pen
a
or
Heat soluble. But
Heat
this is actually
soluble.
going to be cut out, and this is the edge which would normally be cut off, and it'll be cut off after we sew it. So,
okay.
okay, so now this is so this side we're going to do from on the wrong side. All right. Well, I guess we're going to use a pair of scissors because I didn't bring my rotary cutter. So I'm going to draw this on, and this is where there's lines on this
Did it show you where the
that show
border
where the
marks?
marks are here. There's marks here.
Okay.
So I'm drawing those on. And because these are going to get cut off, I'm going to draw these on here because we're going to have to line these up. But we're going to cut this off.
And you don't need to make those all the way to the points?
I am going to put this all the way to the point.
But I mean, okay.
No, because I'm going to cut this off. So this is going to get... I would have cut this with a rotary cutter had I been smart enough to bring a rotary cutter over here.
Oh, gotcha.
With me.
Okay.
But I'm just going to cut it with a pair of scissors because it'll work equally well. A reasonable person would have cut this with a rotary cutter. But you know I'm not necessarily always a reasonable person.
I wouldn't say that.
But so typically you would have taken this piece that we just cut like this, and this would have lined up with one of these. right sides together, and we would have pinned this all together all the way around, matching these,
Matching your notches.
matching the notches,
Yeah.
and I would have been, it's not, I mean, it's not totally hard, but I find it irritating. So, instead what we're going to do is we're going to put this right sides together, because this is going to turn out like this, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is going to match here. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah, your
That would
center
match-
lines match up. Okay.
And we're going to find my pins, and I'm going to put a pin here. You could do glue stick. Glue stick works nicely too. And I'm going to put a pin here, because this is going to match up here. This is probably going to act up. I should have probably done a test sew. I haven't done this in a while, because I've been meaning to do this. You can still see. You can still see. Okay, so pin here. So see how that's lining up?
Right.
And this end matches up
Okay.
over here. And I'm going to put it this way so it won't get in my way of
That's
way.
smart.
Because I hate things when in my way. Okay. I really feel like glue stick is my friend, but we'll just do it with pins today.
Now, if you did use glue stick, would you have to put it just inside where the seam allowance would
No, as long as you let the glue stick dry, you can just sew right through it.
be? So it'll come out pretty easily if I get it too far into the...
Yeah, you could just pull it
Curve.
apart.
Okay.
All right, so see how all those are all
Down a
lined
little bit.
up? Can you see that okay?
Down a little bit. There you go.
Thank you. So all
Oh.
those registration lines are lined up.
Yep.
And only 4 pins. Now, if we'd been
Oh.
doing the circle, how many pins? Dozen,
How many come in a package?
like the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right. So now, we're going to go over to the sewing machine.
So I need to change to 2?
So 3. You're gonna
3.
just go to 3. It should be blanking and we should
I'm
be
on
good.
3.
Then you're going to go to 1.
1.
Should have been blinking, I think.
1's blinking now. Do I need to move the bar?
Just move the bar.
There you go. Ooh, we're kind of upside down.
Oh, I'll upside down this. Is that better?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay. Now, I'm going to move this over a little. No, this will probably be fine, because this is really designed for a 3/8 inch seam allowance, so this is going to be fine. So I'm just going to use the edge of my foot. So now see how, here's where you can see where I drew my line on this piece of fabric. And we're just going to keep our cut piece lined up with the line on the piece of fabric. Oh, brother. Who took the thread off? Aye. Okay.
You want me to get you some thread?
No, I got some right here. I didn't realize that we had unthreaded it, so it's all right. It's quick to thread. Needle up. Foot up. You should always have, when you're threading your sewing machine, you should never have your foot down. Because if you have your foot down, then your tension discs are closed, and then you don't,
You get the thread on the outside of the tension disc instead of in the middle.
exactly, and then you have a mess.
You might be able to work a little bit of stitches and have it look okay, but eventually that thread's going to come all the way out,
And
and it's going to
And
make
how
a
do we
big
know
bird's
this,
nest
Laura?
on the back.
'Cause
Oh,
we
I've
made
never
them-
done it
Oh
myself.
no, me neither. We've never actually done it.
Yeah, not more than 100 times.
All right. Well, now we should be able to.
Now, see, this is where I would put a starter ender.
Yeah, we could do that, but I do have a starter under here.
Whenever I'm working on tiny spots like that, I always like the starter enders because it kind of gives me something I can tug on if I need
And
to.
I am going to move this over because it was wanting to slide. All right, so
Okay.
now it's
And your
should-
right hand is kind of blocking a little
okay. There we go.
bit. Okay,
So
perfect.
we should be. All right. So I'm gonna pull that pin out because you should never sew over pins, by the way.
Right.
Main reason is if you hit that pin, you may put that pin straight into your sewing machine, and that's a bad thing. So now.
I thought I saw it right by the edge of the drawer. By the handle. It's not on that side.
No, it was in here, but it's not in here. It's a trick. Okay, we'll try this. This isn't actually a stiletto, but it's all right. I'm fine with that. Okay,
Here's some little tiny scissors.
all right, that'll work. Okay, so we're just gonna. I wanted something so that I didn't have to put my hand anywhere. So we're keeping the edge of the fabric, the edge of our cut piece, right along our drawn line for the circle, and then we're using the edge of our foot as our seam guide, kind of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that it's sort of straight. So see how this bottom piece is saying straight with the bed of the machine, which would really never happen if we were doing those, if we had the two pieces of fabric that we,
Well, and what I'm amazed at is how they fit together so much easier. Because when I cut out both pieces and try to put them together.
they're not doing this, are they?
No, they're not. They kind
I
of
can't
they want to
explain it.
stretch. I think I'm working with the bias. No, this works nicely.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And that it goes so flat against that curve.
And there's not a whole bunch of pins either.
Yeah,
Isn't this the craziest thing?
that is. Okay, your hand is blocking a little bit. Okay. Yeah, because you're not doing any stretching or manipulating of
Not really.
that fabric.
Just hoping this end comes out right, but I have
Okay,
some sponge
so-
in there.
I have a question.
Sure.
The templates, if you were cutting them out, like you would normally cut out the templates, the curved piece, the concave piece, is that the
Uh-huh.
one that curves out?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that one you cut out just like you would normally cut out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other piece, the corner piece, is the one. No, you didn't cut out.
I cut this piece out and I did not cut this piece out.
Okay. So the piece you cut out,
I'm
is
gonna
it
come
the
back
same size as
back
the
over here.
template?
Yes. I cut this piece out the same size as the template, and this piece here,
You drew
I
the edge
drew
of
the edge of the template. So now if I come back, not with those scissors, I cut right along this edge here.
Mm-hmm. It's as if you had
This
cut
is
out
if
the
I
template.
had cut out the template. Exactly as if I had cut out the template.
Okay, so you're not worried about seam allowances or any of that because it's the same exact.
It's exactly the same as the
stuff.
template. I just didn't cut it out.
That looks really nice.
And it didn't have any, it doesn't have any, I don't know if you can see this, but it does not have any
No gathers
or
anything.
anything. And if I came over here to the iron that decided to blink, I'm gonna move it over, it feels like it's still hot. I feel heat.
Now, do you normally press that towards the pointy corner or the roundy corner?
I think in the instructions she says to press it out.
Okay.
Or maybe it says to press it the other way. I don't remember. I would have to find the instructions. It wants to turn out.
Okay. Well, it's
But you
laying
could
very
press
flat.
It lays so flat. But it could be that you're supposed to press it this way because you have to trim out the seam. But it'll lay either way, whichever we're supposed to
What
trim
if you
it.
just want to press it open? Does that work?
I think you're not supposed to press it open. I know you're not
Okay.
supposed to press it open.
Okay.
It'll press in too, see, look.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we're supposed to press it in. Yeah, we're supposed to press it in. Here, I followed the instructions.
Oh, okay.
We're supposed to press it in because you trim this out because you trim this to 1/4 inch here. Oops, that's okay. Usually I put my hand right underneath there and press my hand.
Ooh, that's
This isn't on yet. Yeah, it's still, so it's not pressing. But look,
Yeah.
it's still, look at how nice it presses.
That's very good.
I mean, and look, it wasn't even any work.
That's actually really
Isn't that
cool.
gorgeous?
Yeah.
And so simple, easy.
So there's no reason to be afraid of curved
No,
piecing.
don't be afraid of clear piecing. Piece of absolute cake. Ooh, cake. Ice cream?
Mm.
Frozen yogurt?
I like ice
Mill
cream.
down the street.
You know, I was bad yesterday. I had to go to the store because I needed, what did I need? I don't think I needed anything. I think I just stopped at the
You
store.
just needed ice cream.
And I bought, they had,
So see this?
Thrifty's pistachio ice cream.
Okay, I don't know that you can see this, but there's a seam line on here. You probably
Mm.
can't see it. Can you zoom
Let me
into it?
see. Oh yeah, I can see it now.
And that matches exactly to that. Came out perfectly.
Nice.
And then we would just follow the instructions on how to trim these two. I think they're 5.5 inch blocks or 5 inch blocks.
Very cool.
And then half of them I'd make with the plaid inside and half I'll make with these. And maybe in some lifetime I'll get them finished. But they'll go pretty fast. What do you guys think about it? I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It is very
Let's see.
nice.
Or it goes, maybe it goes like this. Or that. Maybe like that.
You know,
A fleur.
You know, on a large scale, this makes kind of, if you had the two with the plaid and the two with the flowers, and you put them together, and you made a whole bunch of repeats of that quadrant, those 4.
Won't it be pretty?
It's like a clamshell quilt.
Won't it be pretty?
Yeah. And a lot easier, I think.
Anyway.
We're
All
all
right.
about the easy.
Well, thanks for watching. And honestly, I think it's super easy to do.
Yeah.